Whether it's Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia or Singapore, there is nothing quite like Southeast Asian football. Welcome to Jakarta Casual Weekly, bringing you the best football news and action in the region every week. Right. We're going to start there with Indonesia, and the biggest story of the week was kind of passed through as an afterthought, really, in one of the websites recently. Noah Shah is signing for Deltras. Don't know if it's true or not. I've asked the question, but I'm waiting for some confirmation from the club itself. But they're saying that it has gone through, and he's going to be playing for the next season. Massive signing, massive statement of intent from Deltras, if that is true. Again, watch this space though, nothing confirmed yet. Later on today, Indonesia got a friendly, shock horror. They're playing Palestine in the city of Solo. Now, funnily enough, I was reading the paper today, or was it yesterday? Gary Neville was saying that internationals are a waste of time. And yeah, normally I agree with him, but you know what? Indonesia are playing in Solo. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The Solo fans are brilliant, and the Pasapati, as they're known, are going to come out in force to support the national team. Ask them whether internationals are a waste of time. Personally, I think this game's a waste of time. Both teams have agreed to having 9 substitutes. It's not an international, it's a kick around in the park. Seems a bit of a joke, really, but there you have it. One player who won't be playing, apparently, is Boaz Salasa, the international who was blinding against, who did he play last? Turkmenistan. He's done one again. He's gone off home, he's gone back to Papua, and he's going to be absent from this game and may well even be absent from the games against Jordan, the World Cup qualifier against Iran. It's not the first time he's done this. Alfred Riedel didn't stand for it. Excuse me. And he dropped him from the AFF Cup last year. It remains to be seen if this new geezer, Wim Reisbergen or Riesbergen or whatever, is going to let him get away with this. But Boaz Salasa, quality player, talented player, I think we all agree with that. But he seems to want to pick and choose his games. And not many coaches tend to stand for that kind of stuff at the highest level. It remains to be seen whether the Indonesians will let them get away with it as well. So that's about it really from Indonesia. Not much else happening. Full details about the game against Palestine later on next week. I guess also check out Jakarta Casual. Yeah. Moving to Malaysia, not a lot happening there at the moment. It's Ramadan, the fasting month, so there's a few friendlies going on, but that's about it. One story that's floated around a little bit was the idea that maybe Khairul Amri, the Singapore striker, may move to Selangor in the new year. Amri was previously with Persebaya Balikpapan, but I think he's been released by them, so he's going to be a bit of a free agent. But I mean, if he goes to signs for Selangor, what's he going to do for the next 6 months, 5 months? Because you know the window's closed in Singapore, so he can't be clubless. But he's probably injured anyway, so it's all academic. But will that go ahead again? We don't know. Singapore is looking. No, sorry, Malaysia, of course, starts letting the foreigners in again next year. So one to keep an eye on that. What foreigners will go there? Plenty of names being linked. One player who was linked was Bambang Pamungkas, of course, who had a very good spell with Selangor. So now, what else? Oh, Tony Fernandez is a businessman. He owns AirAsia, who's like a budget airline in Southeast Asia, who, by the way, should be sponsoring me because I've used them to fly every bloody where. Like, for example, this year, the last few months, Bangkok. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. He's taken over Queen's Park Rangers, bought Queen's Park Rangers, newly promoted to the English Premier League. How's that going to work out? I'd love to see what he does with that club. You know, you probably charge you 20 quid to get in and another 20 quid to watch the bloody game, knowing AirAsia's pricing policy. Right, we've reached the halfway point in our Jakarta Casual Weekly, and now a word from our sponsors. Drum roll. Have you tried the Jakarta Casual t-shirts yet? Have you seen them anywhere? I'll tell you what, they are quality clobber made out of the best Indonesian materials. Check out the Casual store for more details and be the first kid on your block to wear a casual t-shirt. Alright, then let's move on to Singapore, where the Singapore Cup is still dominating what's in there and we're at the quarterfinals last week. Home United beat Tampines on penalties after 2 draws, and Albirex Niigata beat Safsa also on penalties. Well, joining them in the semi-finals is going to be Hougang United. They had a bit of a scare. They beat Oktay United from Myanmar. They beat them 3-0 in the first leg. In the second leg, they lost 3-1. Jordan Webb's goal for Hougang on the 44th minute was vital for them. Why are Hougang called the Cheaters? I'm not quite worked that out yet. It's a Darth nickname, Cheaters. Come on, you cheaters. Don't seem right. Anyway, what's the other one? Oh yeah, Gombak unfortunately lost 4-1 to the French team. Etoile. Daft name for a fucking football team anyway. Anyway, who knows? Whatever. They were in the semi-finals last year. Of course, they got to the semi-finals as well. They got the third place, beating the Young Lions in the third place. I think many Singapore fans are hoping that this year Singapore team will win the bloody cup, because if you look last year, all the trophies were won by foreign teams, and this year Albirex Niigata won the League Cup. So Singapore fans will be hoping that the final will be between Home United and Hougang United. HU against HU. What else in Singapore? Oh yeah, if you go to the S-League website, which is at sleague.com, you can enter the fan survey. They're trying to find out your views and opinions about Singapore football. I did it. I went into the website. I started thinking yes, no, maybe, sometimes, 3 times a week, and only if nobody's watching, that type of stuff. And then at the end of it all, it says, oh, now you've got to give us your email address and your phone number. What the hell is all that about? I don't live in Singapore. What do you want my phone number for? So that was like 10 minutes of my life I won't get back. Wasted all that time, didn't I, eh? So, I don't know. You know, are these things done for football or for marketing people? You know, I don't want to buy stuff from NTUC or whatever, or Yales or soft drinks, you know? I don't need this crap, so I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, if you want to do the survey, get onto sleague.com and have make your voice count about how they're trying to attract more fans to the games for next year. And that's pretty much it for Singapore. The next few days, the S-League will start up in action again. The Singapore Cup semi-finals will be on later on in the year. And finally, we move up to sunny Thailand, where I think it's still pissing down. These are the results of the Thai Premier League from the weekend. Sotspar 1, Bangkok Glass 0. TOT 1, Wangtong United 3. TTM Pichit 1, Chonburi 0. Samut Songkram 1, Police United 1. You got to love the idea of Police United. That's just funny as hell. CM Navy 2, Konkan 1. Army United 0, Port Thai Port 1. Well done, Thai Port, get in there, son. Buriram PEA 0, Patti United 0. Turn it for the book, was it? And Sisaket 0, Chiang Rai United 0. Buriram's PEA's draw with Patti United, that was their second consecutive draw. Of course, they drew last week against Chonburi. Unless you read too much into that, excuse me, let's just say that the boardroom after the game, or probably before the game, will be very, very interesting, considering the characters who run both clubs, in fact all 3 clubs. They've got some story, they've got some war stories to tell, I can imagine. So drop points for PEA. Is it going to be crucial? Who knows? They still lead the table. They've got 50 points from their 21 games. They've still only lost 1 game all season. Wangtong United are up to second. They're on 44 points, 6 points behind PEA. Chonburi slipped down to third after that surprise defeat against TTM. They're on 42 points. That's 8 points behind PEA, 2 points behind Wangtong. PEA's next home game is not till next month when they play Bangkok Glass up in La La Land or whatever they call it. On this Wednesday, Thailand plays Singapore in a international friendly at the Rajamangala Stadium, which should be a good one, a lot of fun. That's, of course, ahead of their World Cup qualifiers. Thailand are, I think, Australia, Singapore playing in China, if I'm not mistaken. So that's your Thai wrap-up for the moment. No, it's not. Sorry, I forgot to say one more thing. I was talking with Zesh Remen on Twitter the other day. Zesh, of course, plays from Wangtong in defence. He was saying it's the best league in the region, and the league is open. That's his opinion. But what do you think? I mean, is it only me who thinks that PEA were given the title before the season even started? Am I living in La La Land about that? Or does anyone else seem to think the same, that everyone's just going through the motions? Interested to know what you think. You've got any opinions or ideas? Just email me, jakartacasual@yahoo.com. That's jakartacasual@yahoo.com. Okay, that's it for this week. Next week we'll probably have a look at the World Cup qualifiers that are starting next week. But until then, if you've got any feedback or any comments about Jakarta Casual Weekly, I'd love to hear from you. Just contact me, jakartacasual@yahoo.com, jakartacasual@yahoo.com. I think that's about it. Until next week, that's your bloody lot.